What's up, friends and family of YouTube? It's past the bomb. It's been week or two or so since I did a video. Something special. I know. A lot of things going on. Granny Flatbottoms is moving into the house, so I've been at it. Laying carpet, building decks, la-di-da, la-di-da, It's just what you do. Anyway, I want to show you something. So, for all of you who are first time coming to the channel, I'm a collector of just about everything. Except turds, fingernails, and boogers. I don't collect those three things, but outside of that, I probably collect just about everything. Well, certain things I've been waiting on for quite a while, and I'm trying to put my bucket list together on these items. One of them is in front of me. But I'm very particular about where I buy something, how I buy something, and who I'm buying it from. Well, as you can see from trying to read the Japanese, this item is from Japan. And I have not seen it yet. But the great thing is well, he gives some really good instructions. So if you haven't guessed yet, yes, it's a watch. Everybody's probably going, oh, big deal. Well, it is to me. And if you're a watch aficionado, you'll know that this is, what we do. Guys who collect watches, this is what we do. Guys who fix watches, this is what we do. So, this is just something that I wanted in it, and it just so happened that I got it at a really good price because, sometimes you get it that way. Sometimes watches are astronomical prices, and other times you can get them at a really reasonable price. Well, not just that, but it comes from a watchmaker, and that's what makes it even more special. A renowned watchmaker in Japan. So, let's see what I got, guys. He did a good job of packing, I'll tell you that. Let's see what we got. You ready? Good Jesus, look at that. Alright, let me put this stuff down here like this so you can see it. Hopefully you can see it. I'm bringing in a light so you can see it. You guys see that? Okay, so this is a Seiko automatic King Seiko. 36,000 beats. It's, one of the sought after watches, right? It's just, you got to find ones that you really like, that are in really good condition. And they keep great time when you have a good one. And when it comes from, a watchmaker, the only thing that was wrong, and, you had already said that it had a little chip on the back right here on this gold medallion, because this is an actual gold medallion. And I was like, well, it just shows that, somebody loved it, I guess. It's not like I can't fill that with gold. And it shows it's real. But outside of that, I was like, how does it, He says, I just redid everything. Tore it all apart, cleaned it all. I was like, wow, that's pretty nice. So, I'm pretty psyched. If you guys are into collecting watches, these are some of the watches that you want to collect. I think the ones with the medallion were only around for uh, from the end of the late 60s to 79, I believe. I don't think that all of them had the gold medallion. I think the earlier models of the King Seiko just had a pressed back, so it had raised back, you know. And then they came out with a medallion once, and then along with the Grand Seiko had the medallion ones too, because the King Seiko and Grand Seiko were in direct competition with each other, even though they were owned by the same company. Yeah, you know, hey, you know, sometimes you find and discover great things when you're in competition with one another. So, anyway, and then I think towards the end of the 70s, they didn't have the gold medallion anymore. And I believe it was 79 that they stopped making the King Seiko and they only made the Grand Seiko. And then in 2017, I think Grand Seiko had separated itself from the parent company, which was Seiko, and became their own exclusive company, Grand Seiko, which are great watches. And King Seiko and Grand Seiko are great watches. Now, the new one, I can't speak on it. They just came out with one here in 2024, King Seiko. I looked at the reviews and checked out a few guys that I follow, talked to a couple of my friends, and they didn't seem very impressed. They were more impressed with the older ones. But, you know, I mean, that really is it's one of those things with watches, you know. Sometimes you can get a $5 watch that is great. You know, it just makes you feel good. And for some people, you know, they got to have a $50,000 one or a $500,000 one. Well, when you have expendable money and you don't care, then that's fine. You know, you should get what you can afford to get. You know, and I've wanted one of these for a long time. So I had saved up and I actually bought 3 of them. And this is one of the 3, and I'll show you all 3. So I bought 2 mechanical automatic ones, and then I bought 1 quartz, King quartz. So I got 2 King Seiko mechanicals and 1 King Seiko quartz. So I'm pretty happy about it. I finally got them in my collection. And then, you know, save up some more, and then I'm going to get the watch that I want, which will probably take me about 5 years or 6 years, because I really want a Grand Seiko. You know, some people, you know, they want, you know, Rolex. Hey, I'm not saying that Rolex don't make a nice watch, but I think it's really overpriced. You know, there's a price of diminishing return on that, you know, I'm just not, I'm not into it, you know what I mean? But when it comes to high horology, I do believe that Seiko makes some of the best watches in the world, if not the best watch to date. And you know, if you was to compare how many watches that Seiko makes a year compared to anybody else in the world, probably outside of China, but I mean they make really good watches, and a lot of their movements are used in, you know, homage watches or micro brand watches. I mean, look, and they're true and they're proven, you know. So, but when you get into these watches, this is a whole different ball game. I mean, you could tell by looking at the second sweep how it sweeps. I mean, that's just impressive. If you're into watches or high horology and you study it, then I don't need to give you an explanation of it. You already understand. But finally got one, so I'm kind of psyched. Alright, guys, I won't make this too long, so hope you all liked the video. If you did, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate it. Take care. God bless. This is Pastor Bob, and I'm out of here. See ya.